You are listening to the Douchebag Show.
You are a douchebag.
He's
Definitely arrogant.
Yeah, he's definitely arrogant.
Don't lay on the ground, pound your chest. That's arrogant.
Maybe just made a good play.
Nah. You don't gotta do that. Get up,
Dude.
You don't gotta get fouled. And then you make the shot, and then you be like, yeah.
Why you can't do that?
You don't gotta do that.
That's the same as screaming after you dunk on somebody. It's the same thing.
That's not the same thing.
It is the same thing. It's a celebration.
You don't have to do that either.
It's a self-hype.
Yeah, and everybody else around you.
See, I wouldn't do that. Like
You wouldn't dunk on nobody.
When I used to dunk on people,
Right.
I never screamed. I
Well,
just
you
went back up the court.
So you got the Kawhi effect.
That's because your balls never drop.
You got the Kawhi effect. No emotion whatsoever.
No, Kawhi just shows it in the playoffs. You see something in the playoffs.
Welcome to the Douchebag Show. This is your host. Well, we are your panel. I would say we are the host. I see that every time.
Yep.
King Douche, along with
Come on.
I always forget you.
I've only known you for 8 years.
You forget your name.
No, Grammatica. That's
Lenny Grammatica.
Lenny
your
Grammatica.
on-air name. Lenny Grammatica. M Easy.
Yo, what up, y'all?
Jeezy on the ones and twos.
Jeezy.
How you guys doing? May 28th, DBS show. Hashtag DBS. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? How was y'all holiday?
It was good, you know. I didn't really see y'all too much though. I don't know. I want to know where y'all was at.
I was at your house.
Pulling hamstrings.
Yeah. Doing
Shout out to my bro Justin, man, pulling both his hamstrings. Want to raise kids, man. So you gotta let these kids do what they do.
Yeah.
You're not there no
He's
more.
still a kid. He's only 25.
Yeah, but
Come
these
on.
kids, you know, you gotta stretch, man. You gotta give yourself a little time.
That's what it
you know
comes down to. Yep.
I probably collapsed, so I can't say shit.
Throw up.
Oh man, that's cool. We got some things going on in sports this
Do we?
week. Yeah,
That's cool.
got a couple things. We're gonna lead off with some MLB talk. Know what I mean? A lot of people have heard probably by now about Phillie center fielder. How you say it?
Odubel Herrera.
Odubel Herrera.
Don't you
Man.
date a girl that speak Spanish?
Yeah, I did.
How you so bad
My
at it?
boo. Yeah. It doesn't mean
That
I
doesn't
know
mean
how
he
to talk.
speaks Spanish.
And it's not Odubel.
What do you mean it's not Odubel?
You didn't. It's not how you say his name.
I'm pretty sure, but
It's not.
His name is Odubel or Odubel.
It's
I always heard it pronounced Odubel.
It's because they're not saying it right.
See, Dave has the right pronunciation.
Damn
of
media.
it. Anyway, he's an ass.
Well,
Well, give everybody a background because I didn't know about it until Dave told me about it. You don't see it come up on big headlines.
Right. Unless
so apparently he was arrested for simple assault
in Atlantic City.
in Atlantic City for assaulting his 20-year-old girlfriend.
Now,
He's 27 years old, MLB player. He's been playing. I'm gonna say in the professional league for
5-6 years.
5 years or so. 5'11", 206. Not a small guy. Not
Right.
like a real big guy, but he ain't small.
right. No stocky.
A little bit.
So, I mean, what do you guys think of this?
He's a dick.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first thing off my mind is you're a dick.
Right.
First of all,
I don't think the question is he a dick or not. I think the question to me is why does no one talk about it in baseball?
Exactly.
Are
That's the
they?
question.
Well, is the MLB handling it? Like, I mean, right now he's in Atlantic City, right? Like he's going through
he
that
got arrested,
process,
but yeah.
right? He's gotten arrested, but I mean, I'm sure they have their due process.
Yes. They're investigating it right now. He's on like a leave.
They might not want it out there like that. I mean, they might not want their sport.
This is a police matter,
If
not
this-
like he cheated on his wife or he smacked someone in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
It's different. This is a public police matter.
If this was the NFL player
Yeah.
and any NFL player,
Any NFL player, right?
Or NBA.
Or that's true. Or NBA. If this was any NFL or NBA player, retired or not, this would have been top news.
It'd be a banner on ESPN right now.
What about NHL? What about NHL? Would it be a
It
issue?
doesn't happen in it.
I never.
How you know? You can't say that.
I don't ever hear about it. Like, I still follow.
That's
hockey.
the
I
one
don't
thing
ever hear
about the
it, ever.
NHL. The one you don't hear about the sport period, which I think is also a shame.
Right.
That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother show. That you don't hear anything about the NHL at all.
Yeah, because it definitely is.
The
fun.
Bruins beat the Blues.
Nobody knows.
Nobody heard about that.
Yeah.
They came back from 2 goals. Nobody heard about that.
I
I think it sucks. But going back to baseball, there's no press on this subject.
Why do you
No
think
press.
that is, though?
I mean,
Baseball don't sell. It doesn't sell to the media like Fox.
It's
and
not
CNN.
it's
They go, oh my god. You know, they love to do now.
not
with
a
the
big
world
draw.
ending. Yeah,
Is that it? Why you think?
it's probably not clickbait. It's not that. Oh my god, something crazy happened. So there's like, man, just put
This
it in
is-
put it on page 4.
This is literally the first I've ever heard of a baseball player doing something like this, though.
It happens in baseball.
I'm
here
sure
and
it does. I'm sure it happens in every
happens in
sport.
every sport.
But this is the first time I've actually heard about it.
It's actually the second Philly in recent years. Their pitcher Brett Myers, same situation, and he still pitched the rest of his career.
Right. Same thing. Yep. So, I'm guessing, in my opinion, he's going to be out for. Or no, this is fact. Actually, I've read this. He's going to be out 7 games.
Pending the investigation.
Pending the
still.
investigation, administrative leave. How does the player respond to this situation?
They said he already called and he apologized, and he doesn't have any known priors. But
How would you like? I'm just give your own blueprint of how you feel a player
Now,
should
am I-
respond. And I mean in any sport.
are you saying
We'll go around.
Are you saying as a man, or are you saying thinking of
However
my
you-
career? Thinking of
However
my
you
career.
feel like you should respond to the situation. How should he respond?
It's twofold to me. Is one, maybe you need to go put yourself in anger management, right? And I don't know, maybe talk to a therapist. Maybe you got some deep down issues of something. I don't know. Second part is you got to try and do damage control, right, with your team. Because if I'm him, I'm looking, I'm batting 220.
That's it.
If
You're not doing that great.
If I'm the Phillies and there's more to this, I'm saying you're going. I'm not dealing with a 220 batter with this problem.
And I'll tell you what, since he's been part of the ball club, his batting average has decreased by at least 20 points every year. So he was around 286-ish, 2015, and it's dropped. Now it's as low as it's been, 222. You know, his slugging percentage isn't up there. So Lenny is saying that he should do damage control. You know, and from an organizational standpoint, they should look at what value is he bringing to the team, and if none, is sending him down to the minors.
No, I don't want him on my organization.
So you're gonna
You're just
deal.
cutting them, period.
If he was still 22, 23, and there was one incident and he shows a lot of, it sounds sad, but if he shows a lot of promise, then maybe you could, you spend him for a while, you put him in the minors if he's available. But a 27, 20-year-old who's declining year after year,
year after year. Yep.
is it even worth the headache? Is it worth the PR? Is it worth the media? Is it worth the other players going, oh, look, he got away with it?
How do you have a 20-year-old girlfriend?
At 27.
I mean,
That's not bad.
Yeah, it is.
your
No,
girl
it's
can't
not.
even drink.
Yeah, that's weird, man. Come on. You at least got at least 25.
And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that per se from any kind of I'm not saying any kind of pedophile-ish type of deal. I'm saying
Because she's an adult.
in different classes,
Right.
You're an MLB player, borderline star,
Right.
at least for the Phillies anyway. You got a 20-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah.
Get somebody on your level.
It's like
Maybe you won't be. You know what I mean?
That's a stupid way to look at it.
I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. It seems like whoever this person is probably not in this. People in the long run, there are classes of people. You know what I mean? There are classes of people that you going through life, right? You decide to date somebody. Sometimes they're out of your league. Sometimes they aren't out of your league. All I'm saying is, this probably wasn't the best move in general to date somebody that young. You know what I mean? But that's not beside the point. I'm not saying that's why
he did it. Right.
He did it. It's a dick move to do it or not do it.
There's a bigger problem when it comes to these players and them putting their hands on women. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the way they grew up. I don't know if it's
That's probably part of it.
thinking that they can get away with it because I am a star and I got all this money.
I think that's
you know
a
what I mean?
big part of it.
But there's a really big problem with players or athletes, I would say, or people that are quote unquote in power, I guess, and have a lot of status and abuse with women, man. And it's messed up. This guy, he probably thinks, well, I play for the Phillies.
I'm an MLB player. I'm
just gonna pay it off, and it's gonna be cool. You know what I mean?
I'm a professional athlete, so I can do what I want.
Right, and nobody says no to me because
it's an issue throughout all sports. That's what it comes down to. Like, eventually, when is somebody going to do something about this collectively? Like, not just one sport at a time, collectively.
That's a government thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, at some point,
and a society thing.
At some point, somebody got to put this is going to be.
You just got to have all the good role model players beat the one player's ass.
That's what needs to happen.
You know what I mean? Everybody just rolling. Oh, you want to hit women? All right, we all just going to jump you. Everybody in MLB. We're just going to jump the shit out of you. Everybody in one stadium, on the field, everybody just tear him up.
Get the socks, put a bar of soap in there,
and just beat the
everybody get one hit. I guess I'm to switch to his end. To try to save his career. What does he do to control this? I feel like the best thing to do is to not come out and put some sort of statement out that's going to make you look worse. Let the process handle itself. Mm-hmm. That's what I would advise him to do. If I was his agent, I'd be like, listen.
But in the meantime, he should be proactive and go to whatever counseling it is, whether it's anger, whether it's maybe it's alcohol, maybe he has a drinking problem, he couldn't control it anymore. Whatever that avenue is causing it, be proactive, get in there, so maybe it shows you're taking some initiative to finally recognize you have a problem.
Right. Or I think if he was to say anything, it would be nice for him to come out and say, you know what, I did it, it's fucked up. I fucked up. And
which some people have taken that route, and I guess you got to respect it, but
it doesn't change your. It doesn't change the outcome, right? Situation.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's bad either way, but and I'm sure being in Atlantic City, you have cameras
drinking. I was thinking more probably drinking. And
I'm just saying, as far as seeing the situation happen and seeing it play out, I'm sure they have him on camera somewhere being recorded, and maybe she hit him upside the head with a bat or something like that. Who knows? You know what I mean? But this never ends up well for the players when it comes to this type of thing. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for, thinking about the bigger picture. You're responsible for saying, hey, I got to, control myself. I got a career. I got this persona. I have to, not persona, but this is the path I've chosen, is bigger than this. So let me just first of all, you're an MLB player. You got tons of money. You can get any chick you want. Just kind of.
You love sticking that out there.
I'm just saying, like, you don't have to be with her. If you get into that point where you want to hit her, just roll.
Yeah,
it's okay. Just
no matter how fine she is.
No matter how fine, because there's always another one. So just go with somebody else that's not gonna get on your nerves and that you're not gonna want to hit.
Agreed. And if anyone has a take on it, maybe we're looking at it in a douchebag way. Call us 302-408-0604.
So I think teams should be able to, if it's proven, right? If it goes to court and they say it's proven, whatever, yes. Even if he pleads guilty, whatever, they should be able to void your contract.
I think that'll be
how much of that'll be on that money
consequence.
How fucking scared would that make you if you go, man? If I punch you, I lose $30 million.
That'd be a consequence.
Yeah,
that'd be a nice little consequence. Yep.
And then who's going to give you another contract now? Especially of that magnitude and that point. Like, look at Kareem Hunt. He got league minimum.
That's true. So where's he at now?
Cleveland.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Everybody.
Which don't make sense to me, but whatever. So another thing I was thinking about baseball, right? Maybe they're so focused on. Oh, did you already switch to John? All right. As they hear me saying that.
Yeah.
But John, anyway. Back to baseball real quick. I wanted to say maybe they're so focused on the aspect of the quality of their game, that their ratings. So an interesting stat came out yesterday I really like about the pace of the game and how players are going so much for home runs. The strikeouts. there is 110 players right now with more than 40 strikeouts. We're 55 games, 60 games into the season. Bill Buckner never struck out 40 times once in 17 seasons.
17 seasons.
I mean, he just passed with that stat came up. But think about 17 seasons. This guy never struck out more than 40 times in a season. There's 110 players right now who's striking out 40 times through 60 games.
Sheesh.
Like, is that style of that baseball, is that appealing? Is that a negative? Baseball is worried about their image right now. How they get fans back, how they make the game exciting again.
We were just talking about it. I don't know how you make baseball exciting.
So
But that aspect where everyone's going all or nothing on their bats now, trying to hit doubles, triples, home runs, and striking out so much.
In sports in general, it's about offense now, right? With most sports.
Yes.
So I think, the more you are going at those type of plays or going for those type of plays, there's a chance that you do get a home run. There's a chance that you do. And it might not always pan out the way you want, but at least you're actually going for it, and the fans are at least entertained.
Well, I would say look at who's getting all the money, the sluggers. You know what I mean? So it's like in an effort to, hey, I can get a huge payout once I get to my,
But don't GMs kind of dictate that? They go, okay, you hit 30 home runs, but you struck out 200 freaking times.
Yeah,
like look at Bryce Harper. He's got 76 strikeouts right now.
But it's a bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Dude, you're a third of the way through the season. He's striking out as much as Bonds does in an entire season. He's a home run hitter.
I agree with you, but the bigger picture is how many Harper jerseys were sold. You know what I mean? Like, he set records before he even played his first game. For the
focus ain't on winning anymore.
It's not 100% on winning. Hell no. It's about the dollar at the end of the day, which sucks. But I think the mentality of some of these players is, hey, if I can become a part of that, if I can become a great hitter. Or I can go, hit the ball out the yard,
hitter, right? Yeah.
Then I can get a max contract from somewhere at some point in my career. I think, you know what I mean? But you also got to look at another aspect. Is the pitching better than it was? I mean, is it worse? You know what I mean?
It's hard to tell because strikeouts are up, but that's probably more of everyone's swinging like they're trying to break the laces off the ball.
Yeah.
And not put the ball on the plate and get a double or a bloop single anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the way the game is moving. You know what I mean? Just like in the NFL, NBA, they all have the games are trending to a different, era. You know,
but is that good for
the game?
I think it's good for basketball.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's good for baseball.
Baseball is a little bit different. I mean, baseball has always, in my thought process, in my opinion, baseball has always been a strategic game.
Yep.
It's never really been an offensive game. So if you're trying to switch it to an offensive game, it's going to change. Which, in some respects, baseball, I feel like if it becomes more exciting, you're going to attract more fans. So I do think that the MLB is probably thinking in that regard as well. Right now, the biggest people who hold up baseball, I think, are the diehard old fans that love the game
who are dying away.
Yeah, so you gotta come up with
appeal to your crowd, to the new generation. You gotta come up with a way to market
to your, advertise to your new audience, the young people. It's hard to get young people to watch any game.
Yeah, that's true. And an entire game at that.
Yeah, So I mean, I think that's what they need to do. I mean, I don't know that that they can help it to trend in that direction. You know what I mean? So.
But you're saying that more shock value that going for all or nothing would draw fans. Their attendance is down. Their TV ratings are down.
Wow. I just think they're toying with different ways of trying to.
But it's not really like the ownership and things like that driving it. It's more of the coaches, the GMs, and the players who are getting together, going, all right, we're going to focus on sitting on certain pitches, sitting this to go for a home run. That's more of like
that might come from management too, though.
Thing.
That might come from management, and then it makes his way down.
I guess it's possible.
It's the equivalent of a 3-pointer. You know what I mean? In NBA, it's like, let's go. NBA's played from the outside in now versus inside out back in the day. Now it's like, back in the day was, to get your on base percentage was more important than how many home runs you hit in a year. Now it's different. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you can get struck out, but if you hit a home run or two in the game,
per game,
we don't care about it.
It's still probably one every 3 games if you're good.
Yeah.
4 games if you're good, but meanwhile you're striking out twice a game.
Right.
I don't know, as a fan paying that bores the hell out of me.
Yeah, I agree. But I think, I wish I could remember this stat, but there was some. We had talked about this on another show, how the MLB was kind of messing with trying to change some of the
rules for like they're going to move the mound and things like that.
Try to speed the game up. They were,
but that's more of like getting rid of those pauses between plays.
Yeah,
like shortening the inning break from like 2 minutes to a minute, things like that.
Yeah.
That's not going to affect how they play the game.
I mean, what I'm saying is though, I think it all encompasses their direction of trying to attract new attendance, new fans, new everything.
Does that make you want, just real quick, do you want to go see a game where there's 20 strikeouts and 4 home runs? Or would you rather see there be,
I'd rather see
a stolen base,
I'd
a
rather
pinch
see
hit, this, that, and the third?
Infield play, honestly. I mean, that's going to make you
have a
want to
preference?
watch
I don't
the
know if
game.
you ever really into baseball.
I've been to a couple baseball games, but I think for me, if I seen 20 strikeouts, I'd be like, yo, this dude is cooking them. From my perspective, I'd be like, yo, this guy is cooking them right now. Like, nobody can hit nothing.
If one pitcher does it, I'm thinking more like throughout the 9 innings, 4 different pitchers got 20 strikeouts. Like, it wasn't like one guy just dominating. Yeah, that's cool when one starter just dominating.
Right.
That's like history.
Yeah.
But when it's just like people just striking out, I don't know. If I'm paying $40 for a ticket, $30 for a hot dog and a beer, I want to see you fucking play baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's already hard to hit for a cycle. That'll never happen going in the direction things are going in.
No.
You know,
you don't get the ball in
it'll never happen
enough. Yeah.
So it's like I think we have yet to see what direction baseball is going in. But
what's the movie? Major League. How come stealing bases ain't fun no more? What happened with like our boy Eddie Murphy and Omar Epps stealing bases, being the cool guy?
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Don't nobody want to. That takes too much work now.
It's too much energy.
That was Willie Mays Hayes.
Yes. There we go. All right, I'm done.
All day.
I just had to remember that name.
I'm done now.
Donovan McNabb. Your boy.
It ain't my boy. Don't bring that noise over here. It ain't my boy. It is not my boy. Now, with that being said, I do think he deserves.
Well, let's preface it with. Donovan McNabb went on record to say, and I think he's reported this to TMZ. I think TMZ stopped him in like the airport or something.
They always, that's normal.
And he was like, I deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. He's like, my numbers are better than Aikman's.
Yeah.
Which he was not lying about. I thought he was lying about it.
Can I just say?
But it's a different era, man.
Can I say a few things?
It is a different era. I agree with that.
Number one.
Go ahead.
Most players who know that they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame don't need to say it. You don't need to say it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It might be unfair. And yes, his numbers are better than Troy's. Which is crazy because I wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have thought that either, right?
But you're
going.
Era,
it is a different era, but they don't. It's weird because with football, it's like if you're not liked, personality wise, if you're not liked,
it's a big deal.
You won't get inducted.
It's a big
deal. People hate T.O., but everybody knows that T.O. belongs in that Hall of Fame.
They respected him.
Yeah.
They don't respect McNabb.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Why is that though? Why do they not respect Donovan?
There were pivotal points in his career that I feel like pivotal points where he lost respect to the fans.
Okay, well,
so that's what I feel like.
Because of the
two scenarios.
Go ahead.
Thrown up on the field, right?
Which I don't give a shit about. He still played good that game.
That's a big deal to people for some reason. And I was one of them people that's like, I could give a shit about that.
If Joe Montana went out there and threw up and he still won the game, you don't give a shit.
But Donovan didn't win the game.
But he scored. His defense didn't hold him. His defense went out there and did not hold the lead on the last drive.
Okay,
not his problem.
Wasn't his fault.
Don't be a bitch.
What's the other
and
time?
Throw up.
The way he, like, when he throws an interception or he fumbled, he laughs it off. And people felt that he didn't have enough, like, pride.
He didn't take ownership of that error that he made. And I would say that, too. I would say, if anything, that was one of the knocks on him, was that he never was the type to say, you know what, that's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
He said it. You've seen him say it in press conference, but you knew he
didn't genuinely mean
right, you know
right.
what, that was my bad. He never wanted to take ownership for any of those, throwing a game away or throwing his team under the bus. Never. You know what I mean? And I think the whole T.O. versus McNabb thing,
the immaturity of that
really changed some people's minds about how good he
but
was.
that doesn't change his numbers, and that bothers me about NFL, because it's like, yeah, he might not be liked. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, because it's just personality or whatever the case is, but he's still.
And numbers are contextual. Like, it's like. It's like his playoff record was 9-7. Aikman's playoff record was 11-4. Like, that's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal. Aikman got 3 Super Bowls.
Right.
Obviously, he don't got none. That's also a big deal.
But well, yeah. I mean, are there great players who don't win championships?
Sure.
Right.
Jim Kelly.
Right.
Dan Marino.
Exactly. Dan Marino. So you can't really say it's because of the Super Bowl rings. You know what I mean? Like, you were a Hall of Fame player. Like, at the time, like when your career is done, the numbers say this, because that's all you're basing it off of, right? You're basing it off of numbers, right. And maybe a little bit of the eye test, right?
I think that's a huge part of it, though.
The eye test is.
Yeah.
So going back to numbers, already, I just want to point this out on how different the league was, Aikman's versus McNabb. Aikman's best year regarding yards thrown.
Right.
You know what that would be this year?
What would that be?
That would have been Mitch Trubisky's stats. It was 20th.
Wow.
It's Aikman's best season for yards thrown. That would have been 20th last year. Such a different. Their stats are going to be now. McNabb's era wasn't as inflated as now, but it's still inflated. So if you take that inflation, I feel like McNabb's stats are
what, average,
good, not great.
I think everybody can probably agree with that.
But see, compared to, okay, so if you're going by that era, compared to who, right? So if you're going to do it by eras, who's in the Hall of Fame by those type of eras? Like, where do you McNabb compared to other quarterbacks in that era?
You got a name?
That's what you see what I'm saying?
You mean
like,
from McNabb's era?
From McNabb's era. You have to say from this era.
Can't you say,
was he the best like quarterback?
He had a lot of quarterbacks to go up against in his own era. I mean, Peyton is part of that.
Peyton's a part of that era.
Eli's part of that.
Okay.
Both Super Bowl winners. Tom Brady's part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
It's like you got to measure up to those guys in your class or in your era. To your point,
right?
You know what I mean? So it's like, he was on the tail end of Troy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
no, Mike Vick wasn't. Well, no, Mike Vick was the Donovan era, right?
Yeah,
portion of it.
Yeah.
I'm going through my head now. I'm just like picking out quarterbacks.
So would you put Mike in the conversation of Hall of Fame?
Vic?
Yeah.
He don't even sniff that Hall of Good.
Yeah. He made up his own.
I was about to say that was.
He didn't have it long enough. He didn't have a long enough career as a starter, and he didn't like we were saying about McNabb. He never won a big game either.
So with Donovan, how much do you contribute of him not being in the Hall of Fame yet to injury?
He missed a chunk of games.
He missed a lot of football due to injury. Now, I'm not. Players get injured, and it's a very violent sport. So
it's also how.
But you can't use that as a good or bad towards the Hall of Fame. You can't say, oh well, he missed 20 games of injury.
You can say
them 20.
Well, right.
But that's part, like you're saying, it's part of the game, and you can't put it as a good or a bad on somebody in that regard. You can't say, well, if he played those 20 games, he'd have more stats, but he didn't play.
So it's almost
but
like
some players you can do that though.
You can do that on a guy like Gale Sayers, who had 6 years where he was
insane,
freaking changing the whole game.
Right.
He changed the game. He dominated for 6 years. Okay, it was a small window, but he dominated.
Right.
Little different. McNabb wasn't out there breaking every record and going, holy shit, I've never seen someone do that before.
Right. It was like empty numbers almost. That's what it seemed like. It was like they were beating up on the NFCs, beating up on NFC period. Went to the championship game a bunch of times, but kept losing. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and I'm not taking nothing away from him. That was those
He's
teams.
a good quarterback.
That was a great. Those team, that Eagles team was a great team.
Right.
That stretch of teams with Andy Reid coaching was a great team. But he had some better quarterbacks, in his era that he couldn't beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it came down to.
Yeah.
I mean, he could barely beat Tony Romo. And, I mean, a lot of people don't think Tony Romo was a good quarterback. I happen to think Tony Romo was a great quarterback. I think Tony Romo the least deserves to be in the Dallas Hall of Fame. I don't know.
He'll be in their Ring of Honor.
I don't know if he's going to be in the actual Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they'll put him in the Dallas. Will definitely do something crazy for him.
But yeah, I mean, he put a stamp on that time frame. But
how much do you attribute to his stats and his good records all time to what Andy Reid has proven? You give him any quarterback and he goes 10-6, 11-5, and they look good
in that offense.
How much do you attribute to that?
He had to make the throws, and he wasn't a terribly accurate quarterback. So I would say if you was to put McNabb in another system, he probably doesn't even do as well as he did.
So you're attributing a lot to
the
Reid
system.
and Cal.
Yeah, I think so.
And while that might not again be a reflection to say it's a minus on somebody when it comes to voting, it's still in their mind probably. You're a human voting; it's inevitable. It's probably still in their mind.
Yeah,
I don't think it's hard. It's a shame, but you hear Donovan McNabb and you go, everybody does.
I just did. Yeah.
I'm not sitting here trying to hate on him, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. You just be like, he was alright.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, I mean.
That's it.
Yeah. Sorry, Donovan.
And nobody cares about it.
Jeezy on the one.
Anybody else have any issues with that or any kind of comments on Donovan? Give us a call. 302-408-0604. Send us a text or hit us up on. We still on the MixLR chat. We can get text messages and phone calls. So, but I mean, it sucks.
Yeah, man.
It sucks. You know.
You never know what to think.
Because you know what the comparable to that is? Eli. Everyone
is different. Eli is different. Man.
Resoundingly say he stinks. Well, he's going to make the.
He should.
He's going to probably be first ballot.
He sucks ass.
You think he'll get first ballot?
He sucks ass, Lenny.
He might. I don't think he's first ballot, but I think he gets in. See, and he gets such a bad rap.
Does he get a bad rap?
Or that's bad.
He's not that bad.
He's proven he can make plays in clutch situations.
When you say somebody is not that bad, that means they're bad.
No. That's not what
they just not terrible. Like, what does that mean?
No. That's not it. You took it out of context. What I just said.
Ready, Mike?
You said he's not that bad.
I'm gonna read you
while he's doing that.
Something.
I'm gonna tell you. Oh, you got it right now.
Well, I want to give a comparison.
Go ahead.
So would you say Russell Wilson's really good, right?
He's a good quarterback. Yes.
All right. Would you say he's in the upper echelon, right?
Right now?
Yeah.
All
right, ready?
Highest paid quarterback.
He had
right now
3,400 some odd yards, 35 touchdowns, 7. Now the interception touchdown ratio is really good, 35-7. Eli had 4,300 yards, 21-11 this year.
Yeah, I guess.
And everyone said Eli was horrendous.
They said that
now, he might not have
before,
been
too.
But that team is so bad yet he still did 4,300 yards, 21-11, and he's 38.
He's under fire every snap.
That's not bad. That is not.
He gets such a bad rap because when you look at him, he looks retarded.
That was exactly the point I was going to make. If he walked around with some hot chick on his arm.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Yes, it absolutely does.
Yeah, no,
it's perspective. If he walked around with shades on, was like, get out of my face. I'm Eli Manning. Nobody would talk about Eli Manning.
I would still be like, yo, you're trash because they don't win.
You know who was a bad
The only time they
quarterback?
win is when they play the Patriots.
You know who was a bad quarterback?
Who?
Like, terribly bad quarterback. Jay Cutler was a bad quarterback.
Yes.
Nobody says that, though.
What's his name? McNair? What was his?
Who? Steve McNair?
Yeah.
Steve McNair was he was on the same level as McNabb.
Yeah.
He
was a McNabb.
Not as long as longevity.
Yeah. But Jay Cutler was awful. He was awful. But nobody will say that. They'll be like, oh, he did all right.
Why? Because he walked
Just
around.
Because he had
shades. He had shades on.
He had a
smoking a cigarette on the sideline.
He had a disposition where he was just like, I'm still the shit a little bit. So people respected that, but they will not respect Eli, even though he is the sole reason that team wins games. And he's under fire.
But that's what I'm saying. How many games are they winning? You're going to say he's the sole reason for winning 3 games?
Yeah.
3 games?
That's all they can win. He literally is throwing the ball with 5 people running at him.
They have the
once.
worst offensive line and a horrendous defense.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I still
Quarterback can't do everything if he's on his back.
don't make excuses for him.
Whoa.
Okay. Whoa. Whoa.
Marvin Lewis got a new job.
Look. So last year, the Giants scored more points than the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Vikings
Combined.
And they lost.
Not
and they
combined.
still lost because he had no defense. I mean, again, right
You
there,
got
it shows
it's
you he's
an
putting points
offensive
up.
league. Score, man.
He's scoring more than teams that were contenders.
Who were they playing? They weren't playing. Well, I guess 6
they're in the
games
same
out of the-
division.
NFC East is still tough. I don't care what nobody say.
Is it?
Anyone you play, so
It's tough.
Gotta
That's
stop
a
them.
tough
Well,
division.
those division games are always tough. I would say that.
You gotta play the Redskins, who is that's
But they
not,
play each other hard. They play each other tougher
That's
than
your half
than-
your season.
Yeah, half the season they play each other harder than they do other teams. So they always beat up on each other. The NFC East. They always play each other crazy. Because it's like this big rivalry.
I just feel
They
like-
have their own Super Bowl.
I've
Like,
said
you
this
know what I mean?
before. I'm not gonna go
Like
back.
Dallas
It's the-
fans
it's
could
the
be like,
most-
yo, but we beat y'all twice this year.
And they
You
could
know
be
what
the
I mean?
only two
And that's
wins.
it. That would be the only 2 wins. But they don't
They don't
care
care.
because they beat the Eagles twice or they beat the Giants twice. Like, whatever, man.
It's true. Yeah. So we gonna talk about Marvin Lewis's new job.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Because you are upset.
This is stupid.
It's not stupid. This guy,
15 seasons.
yes,
We gonna
16,
have Lenny-
16 seasons.
Is it 60? We're gonna have to
16
go through the
seasons.
stats again.
I just love the stat line here. So 16 seasons.
Go ahead, Slaney.
Made the playoffs 7 times. Not good, not like horrendous, right?
Mediocre.
0-7 in the playoffs. 0-7. Didn't win one
Did he ever
playoff.
get out?
No,
Clearly
never.
never got
No.
out
Clearly
first
not.
round.
Clearly
You
not.
got to win the game to do
Never.
that.
Right.
I will give him a little leeway that the one year that the Steelers lineman, I forget his name, rolled into Palmer's leg and
That
jacked
was-
it up in the
that
playoffs.
was a
They were a
heartbreaking.
team to play with.
That
Like,
was
they were serious that year.
heartbreaking. They were going to win. They were going to at least get to the conference championship in
Okay.
that year.
All right. Well,
But-
so we'll give him 1 and 6.
One, yeah. After that, it's like, how do you keep a job for 16 years? How? And now,
It's not always. Well, okay, go ahead.
now he's a special
advisor.
Yeah, to a mid-level college team under Herm Edwards, who's another former NFL coach.
And Dave is upset about
Yes.
this.
Because it makes no sense.
Why?
He was
Why
like-
does
It makes no sense
Why
to
does
take
it
that
not
job.
make sense?
You're an NFL coach.
Okay.
For a team for 16 years.
Yes, you've made
Don't
over.
tell me you ain't put at least 20 million of that money up somewhere.
probably.
At least 10 million.
Probably.
Of
It's
that
not
money.
always the money.
Probably. He probably did. Go ahead, make your point. He probably put up. Let's say he put up half. He put up like 30
Then
million.
he got 30 million in the bank.
30 million sitting, hanging out.
He lost his job last season. Was it probably beginning of the season?
No, they let him finish the year.
Did they put his year?
Yeah, they announced they were going to let him go. But they let him
Oh, that's
finish
right.
the
That's right.
season.
That's true.
It's the last
So he
game.
didn't even had a full season
Okay.
off
Right.
before he took another job. And maybe he's a workaholic. I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But why take that job?
Why not? That's what you're
Special
good at.
advisor.
That is what you're good
No.
at.
So
He's not even going to be doing anything on the sideline.
he's not allowed on the sideline.
What's the point of that?
Because he's around football.
Yes.
He's around football.
He turn it on Fox
That's
like
his-
the rest
No,
of
no,
us do.
he's in the coach's room giving them feedback on whatever they're asking them to get feedback.
Regardless, it's a mid-level college team with a professional head coach coming in and saying, "This is what I see." And
All
there's-
right.
And a lot of times,
Let's stop right there at
hold on,
professional.
because a lot of times, right, when a guy of his stature takes that role
Mm-hmm.
like that, they do that for a year, and then say like the defensive coordinator leaves, they go,
Mm.
"Yo, Marvin, it's you." That's what Greg Schiano did
slapped your arm
with Ohio State. That's
Heard
what
that
like
shit.
Al Golden did over in
true.
I don't remember what Miami or whatever. They take those spots.
I guess
they go,
I'm thinking
Let
of
me
it-
sit it for a year or two, get used to your team, and when a spot opens, it's mine.
I guess I'm thinking of it in the terms of if I'm head coach that long, it just seems
Why
like
dwindle
such
down?
a backwards move to take a special advisor job. If I'm a
But
head coach, for
Why
16
look at
years.
it like that?
I guess that to me, if I'm a head coach, I'm a head coach.
But-
At least make me an OC. Something,
But
you know what I mean?
see,
Like,
Oh, he ain't touching my quarterback.
He's probably so being in the league for that long, right? You're probably done with football, but not to the extent where you want to just completely be away from it.
for 16 years.
You know what it?
Yeah, like
You never
that's a
won.
long time in
You
football.
never won
years.
at the top level.
Okay,
So to me, I'm either going to take another job at the top level, chasing that win, or I'm going to take some time off.
but take some time off. But would you return to football?
Likely. I would
Okay,
likely
so
return.
it's no different
Yeah.
from what he's doing.
Nah. I would say,
Here's another example
All right,
in
go
like
ahead, go
layman's terms for us non-rich people out there, right?
All right.
So you work right now, you're a data center. Say you're 55, you retire.
Right.
You're like, all right, I can get by with what I got saved, but why not consult 10 hours a week and do something 2 days a week and make some extra money?
I guess so. But that's
Same
different
thing. Why? You're stepping down.
because that money
you're
is
just
going to
consult.
help. That 200, like let's just hypothetically say he's getting paid like $300K. That he don't need that. He can put that in the toilet. He can put that in the.
But why would you? Why not?
He can buy lunch.
Regardless of how much money you make right now, right?
Right.
Would you still be okay with somebody saying, "Hey, Dave, if you do this for me 2 times a week, I'll give you an extra $600."
But that's different.
No, it's not, Dave.
different.
It's the same.
It's
thing.
the same mentality.
I understand what y'all saying.
You're just discrediting because he's probably well off.
He's pretty well off.
He's good, right? He's good.
pretty well
But
off at
again,
this
it's
point.
not about the money at this point. At
To
this
me,
point, it's just like, all right, I want to do
you're
this
taking a
because I
giant
can't
step
give up football.
Right.
And I'm not going to
want to get out of the game.
I'm not going to get another head coaching job, right?
Not
In
yet.
the professional
Right.
league.
Right.
I might not get. I can work my way into a college position if I start here. You know what I mean? Only doing consulting 3 times a week
Yeah.
for $300,000.
And I guess to his defense, it's a good attitude to have that I'll work from the bottom and get back.
a lot
Right.
of people lost that. It's
Exactly.
it is a
It's
good
a
thing.
good
You're right.
attitude to have. That's the same attitude I would have. But me knowing me, I would end up being like, I was a head coach for 16 years.
That's called pride, my man.
I was a head coach for 16 years. I'm not gonna be no special
That's-
advisor. I'm not even on the lot on the south
That's-
on the sideline. Nah.
Dude, that's pride.
I'd be like,
That's just because of the rules of how many coaches you can have
Yeah,
on
I
game
get it.
day.
Yeah. But,
He might be allowed on the practice field. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I get it.
That's crazy, man. You would take the money. Only in front. You would definitely take the money.
Oh man. So we're gonna break down I want to break down the Raptors Bucks game 6
Okay.
because I think it was some interesting.
Raptors won.
I know Raptors. I think it was some interesting storylines within that game. So
Hit me.
I feel like the most telling was the fact that Milwaukee won the rebound game.
Mm-hmm.
I think they won, or maybe they lost the turnover game by 1.
I got the stats up.
Oh, you got them? Okay.
Yep.
They won the rebound game,
Yep.
which usually that team wins the game.
Right.
9 times out of 10, team
yeah.
wins the rebound game.
Okay.
They lost the turnover game by 1, so that was even, you might as well say, pretty much. Field goals, the difference in the field goals was the difference in the game.
It was 6, right?
6 field goals was the difference in the game at the end of the game. The game ended 100-94.
Okay.
I thought that was a huge.
The Bucks also hit 6 more free throws.
6 more free throws. And who won the paint?
The Bucks, I normally
Raptors did.
Did they
Raptors
win?
won the paint by 6
Yeah.
shots, which I thought was a huge stat because Milwaukee's bread and butter is winning in the paint.
Winning in the paint, right?
So
Well, Giannis's bread and butter is in the paint.
Well,
Milwaukee,
They're a 3-point shooting
they're a
team.
3-point shooting.
But
Based on him getting in the middle.
Giannis,
Based on
yes,
him getting
he
in
has to get in the paint.
right.
So I thought it was a huge turn of events after game 2 to stop. Remember I was telling you to front him last show we had. I said front,
You did. I will give you
said,
that. I will
make
give you
him
that.
beat you off the dribble.
I will give you that.
And that they won 4 games because
Straight.
he had to beat them off the dribble. He had to.
And they, well, like to your point, after game 2, because the Bucks blew the Raptors out.
Yeah.
Game 2. I mean, Giannis still averaged 29, 13, and something.
Right.
And 7, I think it was. But the difference is he was forced to shoot because I can't think of the Raptors coach's name. I forgot his
Nurse.
name. Nurse.
He's a smart
He
guy.
literally changed from Siakam and Serge Ibaka and literally was like, okay, I have to put my best guy
Right.
on Giannis and see how this works. Game 3, throughout the rest of the series, dude, Giannis had to run into Kawhi every possession, and the defense of this guy, man, like, no, you could talk about him all you want with his laugh. And and how he shows no emotion and all that. And I'm gonna talk about why he doesn't show emotion. But this guy is all world defense, dude. All world, man. To be able to literally put a body on Giannis and stop him the way that he did. Not even stop him. He disrupted and deterred him enough that he was forcing jump shots up.
Right.
And he can't shoot. Mm-hmm. So that was.
It's not that he can't. I mean, he shot 40% from three. He was 2 for 5. That's not that's fine, but it's not his MO. It's not what makes the Bucks go.
Right. And when he's trying to, he has one move, and Giannis has a lot of things to work on in the offseason. He has to work on free throws, number one.
Because that's.
My God,
he missed 5. He missed
5. That's a different game.
Right, just that game though.
If you make 3 in that game,
it's a different game.
But he averaged 1 for 2 every time from the line, and sometimes 0 for 2. So he has to work on free throws. He has to work on another move other than I'm gonna dribble once and try to Euro step you because I'm 7 foot tall and my stride is real long. Yeah. And he has to develop a jump shot. If he does those 3 things, he's pretty much unstoppable.
He only scored 21 that game, which is
game 6.
Which is
that's not bad.
No, it's not bad, but that's not what they expect of him. He can't have a game like that if they're going to win.
He can't have a game like that and the Bucks be missing threes.
Right.
If they're going to win.
Well, I think that's the bigger story. I think Giannis did his job. I think when you look at the rest of their open jump shots, they're just missing every. Middleton, if you take away threes, Middleton was 1 for 5. Lopez missed everything that game.
Lopez was he was an anomaly because game 2 he scored like 30 freaking points.
Bledsoe was 2 for 6.
Bledsoe was.
I mean, Ilyasova was 1 from 2.
They shot
not too bad, but
40% at the end of the game,
which in this NBA is not good. That's low
right.
from field goal, not from 3.
Field goal. Yeah, if that was 3-pointer, then that would be good.
Yeah,
and that would be actually average, to be honest.
They won the free throw battle, so they actually made more free throws, despite the 5 missed from Giannis. But it came down to points in the paint, which is I would have given the edge to the Bucks.
For me, it came down to Kawhi being that upper echelon of player. Like there is levels to players, and he's
he went to a new level this game, or he's always been at this level.
He's always been.
He has always been. They groomed him in San Antonio, but these last 3 to 4 years, he has been. Other than if you take away the injury, he has been top 2 player, top 2, easy. Offensively and defensively.
Top 2
to KD and LeBron.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that for me, that was the bigger story. Kawhi being Kawhi and showing that, it wasn't just me being in Pop's system. It wasn't just me being around Tony Parker and Ginobili and Duncan. Like, I'm really that guy. And he doesn't boast or, you don't get that vibe from him like, yeah, I'm the best player. And I'm going to show you
just laugh
because he just kind of stares at you. You know what I mean? There's no emotions, there's no nothing. And if people don't know the reason why, I believe the reason why he's so disconnected is because he saw his pop get shot and killed in front of him when he was young, growing up in California. So I think he's kind of
that could affect anybody.
Yeah, I think he's kind of detached. You know what I mean? It's not that he doesn't want to show emotions or anything like that. I just don't think he's used to doing it. So you call it what you want.
How old was he when that
It
happened?
is awkward. He was in his teens, I think, or just starting.
I knew something bad happened growing up. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. So it is awkward when he does finally laugh or hit a smile real quick or something, because it's just like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, you know what I mean? But that's more so the reason why. But Toronto, I
have a question. So
I don't like Toronto.
Before we get to the matchup, right? I had a whole bunch of different questions about just the direction of where Kawhi's career can go if they end up beating Golden State.
Okay.
Even right now, KD's hurt. KD is I guess right now the sole owner of the best player in the NBA tag, supposedly. But Kawhi is the talk of the town right now.
Okay.
So I feel like his gameplay has elevated him to at least on the same page as being quote unquote best player in the NBA. If he beats Golden State, is that hands down
That's
make
it.
him
That's
best
it.
player in the NBA?
That's it. There's no question. There is no person in their right mind that knows basketball, and anybody can call in and challenge us on that. 302-408-0604. There's no person that knows basketball that will not say if Kawhi Leonard can take this Raptors team and beat the best. I'm not going to say the best team ever, but one of the best teams ever with this Raptors team. He is literally he will take the title as the best player in the league. There's nothing else for you to prove at that point.
I think you got to see what happens if they win. And what I mean
What
by
do you
that
mean?
story,
It's
no,
not going to be like Kawhi scored 45 every
no,
night.
No. If Kawhi goes out and he's 5 for 12 and yet they're winning games, can you really put him that high on a pedestal? If he goes out,
yes,
Why?
because
wait.
even if he's not affecting the game offensively, defensively he's stopping the other players because he's that.
When
guy.
you're playing Golden State, one player's not shutting them down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
That's pretty much-
He had to think about it. He was like,
So let me go back on something. So I think it depends. If he goes out there and he's dropping 20 shots, 35 points, you're 8 rebounds, and they win, then you go, yeah, he carried that team against a team that's going out to stop him. You know they're going to come out and go, all right, stop Kawhi, let everyone else do what they got to
Right.
do while we score. Right?
Right.
You know that's what they're probably going to come out and do. You got to give some credit to my boy Nurse.
you got to.
So I don't know if you guys know his background.
Okay.
This guy is a fucking winner. So
Chicken dinner.
ready? He won 2 championships in the D League as a coach.
Okay.
2 championships in Europe as a coach. Now his first year as an NBA head coach, he's in the fucking championship.
Hey, it's he's a winner. Okay,
So
we'll see.
you
We'll
got to
see.
give some credit there. And then where do you put him if that happens? Like you look at that body of work. Granted, in other leagues, first year in the NBA, boom.
That's impressive, man. Because if you compare 2017-18 Raptors to this year's Raptors,
It's just one player difference.
It's
it's not just one player. Because it's Kawhi. They went out and got Mark Gasol.
End of the year, but yeah.
Siakam his points was up.
yeah. Siakam averaging I think 8 points more.
Kyle
per game.
Lowry's points is up.
Kyle Lowry, man. I'm glad. I'm happy for him because he actually showed up this last series. Because before this, they were calling him Playoff Kyle, and he was a joke.
He has been in this show a lot.
He was a joke, man. It was on the level of like James Harden in the playoffs. It was terrible.
He stepped it up.
He did step it up.
At least Harden the playoffs was taking shots that he just weren't dropping.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry, some games he didn't even.
He didn't.
try.
Even, yeah, he
shoot.
would just hide in the corner.
He did a Ben Simmons.
Yeah, yeah.
Danny Green's numbers is up. Van Fleet, Nurse did a great job putting this team together and
Buying into whatever he's
buying
preaching.
into it, and it was some key. I think getting Marc Gasol was key. I don't think they get this far if it wasn't for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Like I said, we'll see how it all turns out.
how do you think DeMar feels? Because they've been the Raptors are the number 1 team for the last 3 seasons, something like that.
What's the Raptors?
They've been in the top 3.
Who's the Raptors president of operations? What's his name? Because he's the one that had to make the decision to get rid of Kawhi. I mean, not get rid of Kawhi. To get rid of
DeMar
DeRozan and a first. He's the one that pulled the trigger on that. Now, at the time, DeMar is your best player. So it takes.
Balls.
I'm telling you, to just be like, yo. Y'all gonna have to wait a second. I got something. Got something working. Got something working here.
I've got balls of steel.
I'd never heard of their GM before.
Yeah, he's from Africa.
From Nigeria.
Yeah.
Masai Ujiri.
Ujiri.
He was talking the other night.
I'm telling you, man. He made the decision to say, okay, we're not winning this way, and
that's after being 59-23.
Right.
They was number 1 seed last year.
and they have the top seed now. Like the finals are starting in Toronto. They had a better record than Golden State.
By one damn game.
Hey, it's the better record.
One game.
You know what I mean? But he was like, yo, take our best player, and I'm going to take a chance on Kawhi, who was hurt at the time, and he pretty much knows that Kawhi is going to leave. Mm-hmm. So you're betting on yourself to be like, yo, I know you can make it happen, and
You think the idea was to get this far,
And to fire their coach.
and they fired the coach. They fired the head
Two
coach.
big ballsy moves.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
You think that he was in his head? He was like, "We're gonna get to the finals if I do these moves."
I think
I don't think you could think that.
Or
far
he thought, I'm going on a long vacation after this.
Nah, I think he was putting all his money on. We're gonna have this guy come in. I know he's a winner, and I know he's gonna take us. Maybe not to the finals.
If you compare the teams, oh my god!
But
Like,
he might have
everything's
thought
up.
the finals. He might have thought the finals because LeBron's not there. So he might have actually thought that we need one piece. We need one piece.
We get Kawhi.
We get Kawhi. If he wins, maybe we can keep him here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. Do y'all think he stays if they win?
If they win, how do you leave?
Because you want to be in LA.
Why do you want to? You see all that shit going on in LA?
No, listen.
Who in their right mind
Listen,
wants
you
to go
don't
to
have to. You don't have to go to the Lakers.
He's talking about the Clippers.
You can go to the Clippers,
which I think is KD's move.
Jerry West.
Before it's Kawhi's move, it's KD's move, in my opinion.
So
I
KD
think
makes
KD
the first.
goes-
KD's
in
control of all these free agents, right? All the most important.
KD
I know
move to the Clippers, then
I don't
you
think
probably see.
KD won't go to the Clippers.
Why not?
He won't go.
It's
to
the best.
Clippers.
It what makes the most sense of all the teams.
New York would make the most sense.
Nah,
I know they played pretty good, the Clippers, for
I'm tired of you.
like what their record and such showed. But if you go look at their roster and you're Kawhi, how can you look at that roster and go, I just got to the finals or won? Because you got this coach who's on fire. I'm going to go play with Wilson Chandler, Danilo Gallinari, Shea Gregorius-Alexander, Patrick Beverly, and Lou Will as my guys.
Lou Will's all day.
I'm about to say Patrick Beverly is all defense. You got
Come on.
You
They
got
got-
two first team defensive players on there.
Mike,
And check it out.
let's be real.
And a
They
coach,
got two
you
first
talking like
round
Doc?
picks.
Yeah, they got two
They
first
got
round
two first
draft-
round picks.
and they have money. They have money stored that they can still get another superstar.
So if you're gonna build,
Unless you can guarantee me you bringing someone else with me.
dude,
There's
Jerry
no
West,
way.
Jerry West. I don't know if people know this. He is a mastermind.
I get he's good at what he does,
At what
but
he
you
does,
have
dude.
you have to go out and bring.
They're going to get a good
Which I guess
free
we could
agent.
piggyback off what you were talking about. Who's available?
right
They're going to get the Clippers. First of all,
before we go to
ahead.
who's available, let's do the matchup.
Okay,
Again, let's do
Golden State
Raptors,
versus
Golden
Raptors.
State matchup.
4-2.
I'm gonna drop some knowledge,
Drop it.
and then we go from there.
Chocolate dropper.
Chocolate dropper.
Whoa,
KD.
Hickey ain't here.
KD not playing in the first game of the series.
At least not playing the game one.
We know he's not playing game one. We
Okay.
know that for a fact.
That's Thursday.
The game one is
Thursday
on
at
Thursday, 9:00. Yes. Golden State, 34-4 over the last three seasons when Steph is playing and KD isn't.
Yeah,
They're killing it.
without him.
Last time Golden State was in the
There we
finals without KD, they lost
All right,
to LeBron.
That
So,
was an anomaly.
that's fair.
That was an anomaly, though.
that's
Really?
that's a fair.
That is not an anomaly.
Yes, it is because
Gee.
look, dude, LeBron had to put up ridiculous numbers,
And then Kyrie. They
Kyrie, right?
Put the team on their back and they won.
Yeah, and they came back from 3-1. Like that doesn't happen. That never happened ever.
My point
until
though,
then.
is if Nurse can get the Raptors to play, if he can game plan around Giannis like that, you can game plan around. And I know Golden
No,
State's a
you
whole
cannot.
nother app. Come on, dude.
No, you cannot.
You cannot sit here.
No, you
like
can't.
that on them.
No, you
No,
can't.
I'm not saying the same. I'm not. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the same game plan.
Mm-hmm.
But the capability is there to come up with a plan to neutralize that team's ability to make 3-point shots. The potential is there. Is all I'm saying.
I'll put it to you like this: they got beat up real bad the first two games by the Bucks. Right. You go down 0-2 against the Warriors.
It's not coming back.
You're not winning 4 games straight.
No, I get that.
You
Yeah.
might win 1,
Yeah.
but you're not going to beat the Warriors 4 games in a row. I don't care what team you are. it's hard enough to win one game. Dude, the Warriors have too many weapons to game plan. Like, and it sucks to say that.
Is it harder to game plan against the Warriors without KD?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so. I think so too.
Yes.
When KD gets the ball, the system stops.
The ball movement stops. The system stops. Everything just kind of go get us a bucket because you're one of the greatest scorers ever. But when the ball is moving and you got Clay running baseline, you got Steph running baseline,
And Draymond actually controlling the rock.
and
Yeah.
He's
Draymond
actually the one
controlling
controlling the
the damn rock, man.
I remember beginning of the season, all y'all were hating on Draymond. Like, Draymond's just doing what he has to do because of the system he's in with everyone he has. Draymond can still play ball. He's
Draymond
a
can ball.
Good player.
He can ball, and he's a defensive stud. Like,
I hate
he's
how much hate Draymond gets. He's an asshole, but the kid can
he is
play.
an asshole. People hate him because when you make a layup, you're screaming in somebody's face like you just.
He's an
like,
asshole.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta chill. Like somebody needs to punch him in the mouth. I agree with that. But he is a great player.
Mm-hmm.
He's all defense. Then you got Clay who can lock people down. Then you got like Steph isn't a chump on defense. He
hustles.
He hustles and he got long
He just
arms
weighs
and all,
16
you know what I mean? Yeah.
He's put on some muscle. You can
He's
see
just
it.
small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You still got Iggy, who's all defense.
Yeah.
You still got Sean Livingston, who's a good defender. You know what I mean?
It's not going to be a walk in the park. Don't get me wrong, but y'all, I don't think you're giving Toronto enough credit.
I don't think
You don't think they need any
understand what Golden State is about. Golden State is on another, like you said,
But
levels.
then again, your boys had a week to prep. He's got a week with this lovely layoff. That's a lot of time to
That's a
surprise
lot
him
of
in week
time.
one and
That's
change
a lot of
momentum.
time.
I think that's going to be huge if you can come out and slow them down and make them doubt themselves for game one.
I think
with a good
4-2.
game plan.
Yeah.
4-2. I'll give Toronto 2 games.
I'm with him.
Yeah.
4-2. I think the only way they can surprise them and take it over is if they come out and they take game one. And
Well, they have home court.
To do that, I don't know. You have to take game one. You have to make them at least go shit.
Right.
Well, you don't, then you lose home court.
Yeah.
And then,
Immediately.
I think to
done.
accomplish that, they're going to have to slow the game down, which I think means draw fouls. Get Kawhi, get Siakam on the block against like Curry.
Yeah, but Curry won't be guarding those guys. I mean, they do a lot of pick and rolls.
That's why your scheme is to get that switch and get him on the block.
Yeah.
Make him draw some fouls.
Yeah,
I think that's
is
that's a
DeMarcus
sound
coming
strategy.
back? Is DeMarcus coming? I heard he was coming back faster than KD.
him and KD are up in the air.
But I don't care about that. I don't care. If
Yeah, I don't-
You talking about just the
and
team that right
the
now.
the young guys they got coming off the bench for the Warriors are balling too. You know what I mean? So
I mean, you know,
I'm just saying you
I
got to
think-
slow it down. You got to get to the block. So even when you score on free throws, your defense is set up. They're rested. They're back. Golden State can't just run down and do their thing. You got to slow it down.
I think Toronto has a puncher's chance.
Yeah.
But I agree with you guys, 4-2. But it's not going to be this whole. They're not getting blown out.
I hope not.
I don't think
Man,
they're
it's
blown
not
out.
going to be a blowout.
If it's like a 4-0, 4-1, it's so bad for the NBA.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not
Yeah,
bad
it
for the NBA because the other team, you just got to be better. I don't know what to tell you. Like the Warriors, they did it the right way. They drafted.
No, I'm not knocking.
Like
the
they got
Warriors for
good
that.
players. You got to get better. You have to get better.
I'm saying-
OKC was the same team.
I'm saying it's bad
No.
for. I'm
They
saying
had one more year. They would have won.
They would
a
have. They
chip.
would have won. Yeah, but they
They drafted their. They didn't trade for their team. They drafted their
Right.
team.
Right.
I'm saying it's bad for the NBA for like the parity, like how Alabama is kind of ruining college football because
Right.
they dominate every freaking year.
What do you want them to do? Like I don't know what you want them.
I'm just
They
saying.
have the best 2 shooters ever.
I agree.
Like you know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
not saying it's
there's
bad
a-
for Golden State or the league should come in and go, no, you can't have both.
But
I'm just
they-
saying,
but
it's-
There's
in
2
general,
other
it's bad for
teams
the
in
league if it's a
California
blowout.
who are building their team to beat that team.
Right, right.
So I mean, I think that's what happens. You're gonna
Yeah.
all of a sudden see every team in California is gonna
trying to
be,
beat the Warriors.
Well, the Lakers are going to become that. Team.
Well, yeah, it's
Not
gonna
with
take them
LeBron.
a while,
Not-
but
but with if you have LeBron, you're never going to play like the Golden State. Never.
Well, he's proven that he can beat them though.
yeah.
So,
I was about to say that.
And depending on free agency, if Kyrie joins the Lakers again, you put some players around him. It can is there's. I mean, they've done it. So
why make all this big fuss that you want your own team, blah blah blah.
Kyrie, you talking about?
And then you're gonna go back to the Lakers. That don't make
Because
sense to me.
you when you big head like that, you realize
Blah, blah, blah,
you get blah, blah, blah.
Like, I don't wanna,
realize.
he was like, I don't want to talk to him. He was all mad, not texting.
Yeah,
He quit through a text message or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember,
but I mean, free agency will shift a lot of things because you got a lot of good players, superstar players, and all-star players who can go a lot of places and change a franchise.
I honestly, like, I can understand where the potential is for KD, Kyrie. Who else we got out there? Kemba.
For who's available?
Yeah.
Clay
probably going to stay.
if he gets the max.
It might be a thing where he may
He will
be
now because he can't get the supermax.
He not gonna get supermax because he didn't get the eight.
That's a $40-50 million difference.
He didn't make the all NBA
All-NBA team, which is a joke.
That's some bullshit.
Well, you have to make it one of the last
joke.
3 years. You had to make it any of the last 3 years.
It's a joke. It is a joke. You mean to tell me you would take Kemba Walker over Klay Thompson?
Different
No.
position now.
I don't care. You're not going to see.
Who you taking off? Let me look real quick.
Please look. I'll tell you right now. I would take Klay Thompson over Russell Westbrook. Yeah, all day long.
I don't know. All
you take him over Jokic, who was probably third in MVP voting this year.
No. Okay.
You take him over Kawhi,
No.
Giannis.
No.
Those are your small forwards. LeBron.
No.
Those are your small forwards.
He's a shooting guard.
Does he really? All right, so
He's a shooting guard. I'm wondering why you're giving me all these different players.
So you said you would take him over Curry.
No. He would stay.
I mean,
Westbrook.
Kemba.
I would definitely take him over Kemba. Would you
Lillard.
take seriously Kemba Walker over Klay Thompson? Really?
Klay Thompson don't have killer instinct.
Kiss.
I think you can make a case for Kemba.
Yeah.
And I think you can make a case for Damian.
Yep.
I would take him over Dame Lillard.
Right. Okay.
I would say,
but not Kemba. I probably wouldn't do it over Kemba, and I wouldn't do it over Russell.
You wouldn't do it over Kemba.
No, not Kemba.
I can understand the Russell Westbrook
and not Kemba,
because of the triple double.
Definitely Dame Lillard.
But you would.
But hold on.
Dame is better than Kemba.
That's what I'm saying. So. I would say if you look at Dame before the last series, if you take out that last series for Golden State, I take Dame. That last series put a bad taste in my mouth.
What with Golden State and for Dame?
Dude, they were up 3 games, double digits in 3 games, and they blew it. And his shooting percentage is like 20% in that series. So
you have to understand.
He was like 25% shooting.
I think Golden State just waits for teams to go up 17, and then they're just like, all right, this is exactly where we wanted you.
No, the problem is there's a third quarter. You can somehow skip the third quarter.
Out.
You can beat the Warriors
Man.
if you skip the third quarter.
All right, so
can I ask this question real quick?
Go ahead.
You may not.
Are you considering that Klay may be a product of his system and not? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to take away from him being an NBA player. I just feel like he thrives in the system he's in.
Okay, so
I'm gonna answer your question that he's gonna go anywhere else and play like
I'm gonna answer your question with a question. What is Steve Kerr's system?
Steve Kerr's system is to swing the ball
exactly
and get open on line 3. But it takes other characters for that to work. You gotta have a Steph. You gotta have a Draymond.
And you have
for that to work.
Right.
For Klay to get those shots. And don't get me wrong, because Klay is the one guy who scored 32 points in a quarter. So don't get it twisted.
So let's say you put Klay in Mike D'Antoni's system. Does he do the same thing? Yes.
It depends on the role players, though. Is what I'm saying.
If you
depends on his team.
Take Klay and put him on the Rockets with D'Antoni.
Now you got to share the ball with Harden. I don't know if that's possible.
But Harden, he averages a triple double because he assists all the time.
That's true.
Right? And he has all they do is shoot threes. The Rockets.
Hold on, let's look at the 3 guys in question. Let's read their stats real fast.
All right.
Since this is a stats-driven thing, right?
Right.
So Klay, 21.5 a game, 3.8 rebounds, 2.5 steals or 2.5 assists, 1 steal, half a block. Kemba, 25.5 a game, 4.5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, half a block. Damian Lillard, 26 a game, 4.5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, half a block.
So
statistically, both of them
are better,
superior to Klay's stats.
It's not superior. Don't say that word.
The word superior is better.
Now, what you have to take into
Josh, is that not the right word?
What you have to take into consideration when
more points, rebounds, assists.
Right. Okay, that's fine. But are any of those other players playing defense on the best player on the other team?
Night after night.
Night after night, like Clay. Not a
So
one.
Clay is doing that.
I think Dame,
Not a one.
Dame and Kemba play D.
They don't play
She's
D
saying
against
that Kemba don't play. Kemba
I'm not
probably-
saying he don't play D. I'm saying play D against the best player on the other team.
They probably don't have the height to do that.
Exactly.
Dame probably does.
No, Dame is only like 6'3", 6'4".
Really?
Yeah.
That's right.
He's not that tall.
So
Clay is a good 6'7", 6'8".
I think he's
Right.
taller. So
and he's
has
about 215.
He's going to match up against.
He's going to
And
match
yet
up
he-
against
yet he
1,
averages-
2,
And yet
3,
he averages
and possibly
3.5
4.
rebounds a game.
Who?
And still only half a block, same as Kemba and Dame.
But they don't have to. They don't rebound
Yeah,
much. All
you're
their shots
saying-
go in.
You're
You know what I mean? Like, what do you got
all
rebound
their
for?
shots go in.
I'm just saying, like,
got no
okay,
rebuttal for
yeah,
that.
they average. They're pretty much. You saying superior? I don't think it's superior. to
It
his
was a
number.
bad choice of words.
But
to
I
say
just
that one.
think, okay, you average a tiny bit more here, a tiny bit more there. But what do you add on the other end? And the thing that separates Clay from these players,
Did
which
either
puts
of these-
him on those teams,
Either of these guys make any NBA defensive teams, all defense. Neither
Never.
one of them.
never. And then that's what I'm.
So
I'm
you're
tired of
saying
him not
body
being
of work.
I'm tired of
You're
him not
saying-
being appreciated for what he does.
You're saying both sides of the ball.
Yes, that's a huge deal to be able to go out and guard the best player on the other team and still grab your 21 some odd points. Like that's what Kawhi does. So what's the difference?
He's not 26.
You know what I mean? So that's stupid laugh. So I'll pose this question to you guys since we're talking about the Warriors. They win this year. That's 3 in a row.
6 and 7 or something like that. Right?
Yeah, I believe so. No,
5 and 7.
5 and 7, I believe. If they win it this year, I got 2 questions. If they win it this year without KD, does it tarnish his legacy as? Does it tarnish his legacy, or not as far as the best player, but does it tarnish his legacy as,
That's tough.
as a champion? And do you consider the Golden State Warriors team one of the top teams of all time?
I think you can already consider it one of the top teams.
One of all time.
I think
Question
that's
2 is a
hands
no-brainer.
down.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer. I'm good with
The
that.
first question, I feel like his legacy as a champion was already sort of stained by him going to Golden State anyway.
But you have to give him the benefit of the doubt that he was there and you won. But if they win without him, then you go.
They did, though.
Because
I know,
that's the
but
thing.
now you're saying he's on
Now.
the team.
They
Right.
won without him before. If they win it this year without him again,
it's showing it's
he's
irrelevant.
still top 5 player in the NBA.
player,
But-
yes. But
Champion.
does the championships have an asterisk next to it?
You give him the Jim Kelly where he went, but he didn't win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that scenario.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, I would have to say he definitely brings value to the team, but
He brings value to any team. He
But-
goes to.
But I think if he leaves, say it happens, he doesn't play, they win. If he leaves, you have to hold judgment until where he goes and how it finishes. Because he hasn't won on his own yet, say he goes to LA with Kawhi, and granted he followed and he went with 2 other players, he did win somewhere else as well.
that's why I say
That holds a different water.
he
still.
goes somewhere where you can almost plug in, like turnkey, basically winning
Right.
in LA. I
Right.
feel like the Clippers is a team where you can go there and make the playoffs that year.
Well,
I think
yeah.
New
Oh, they
York
already made the playoffs.
New York. Well, I'm just saying, yeah, obviously, New York is
shooting
going to
yourself in the
be
foot.
New York is a money
work
grab.
in progress.
That's a money
That's
grab.
a 3-year process. 2-3 years, 2-3 seasons.
Depending on if
So if he
Kyrie
goes and
in.
he's the main guy in Los Angeles for the Clippers, and they end up stopping the Warriors early in the playoffs, now you can start talking about he's a champion. But
Right.
for right now, yeah, he got a ring or whatever.
but it's an asterisk next to it.
I mean, he went on a team that already had a ring.
And I think even if he wins, still, you still have to say it's kind of an asterisk because they probably
Right.
would have won without him.
Right,
And
exactly.
Again, he never
No, I'm not saying
did
that.
anything before.
I'm not
And
saying
it's-
that he's like he's obviously welcome on anybody's team,
Yeah.
right? Like he's a good addition to anybody's team, but they don't need you.
and I think
They never needed you,
it's-
and just because you joined doesn't mean that they won because of you.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
It's funny to me how it's a glaring observation that they play better when he's not out there.
Right.
It's glaring.
Exactly.
Everybody
it's
says
a better flow, which fits Clay, Dre, and
Everybody
game.
can see it, but nobody really wants to sit there and say. But because you can't say they're a better team without him. You can't say it,
Right.
Because he's top 5. He's arguably the best.
Right.
So you gotta automatically say if he's on the team, they're a better team than they were before. You automatically gotta say
Not
it.
necessarily.
No. I'm just saying
Look
media-wise.
at the Lakers when they did that super team where they added Gary Payton and Karl Malone. They're like, oh my
That's-
It
god,
was the oldest team in
different.
history.
I was gonna say
they
that
were still good players, but
No,
It was still
but
they
they
didn't
were-
blend
The
together.
average
Right?
is 45 years old.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Hey,
Like Karl Malone was like
45,
50.
That 45 also shot
They
50%.
tried to do the same thing in Houston when Charles was on that team.
Clyde.
was on that team.
Yeah.
Hakeem,
Same,
it's just like,
same thing
nah.
happened in Houston. It was like the old people, the old guys. They couldn't win that. They didn't win that with that. Team.
And none of them, to be honest, were on Kevin Durant's level. Like seriously, so it's not like they weren't.
Different era, different game.
Yeah, well, I'm even in their era when they were at their peak, none of them was really on KD's level. Maybe Carl.
Gary Payton was.
But Carl was he had needed help from John.
Gary Payton was dominating
Yeah, but dominating like KD.
in a different way. Yeah, he was more of a true leading guard in that era,
Point guard.
and probably the best defender in that era.
I don't think
at
I
guard.
ever seen anybody play defense like that.
Like KD?
Or like Gary Payton.
Oh yeah.
Gary
Oh,
Payton.
God.
He would get his hands on any loose
It
ball,
was
any
nuts.
deflection, everything.
I never seen it.
The glove.
But you can't even play defense like that no more.
No,
In
no.
NBA.
Well,
can't. It's a foul.
That's not true.
It's a foul.
I've seen Kobe.
Talking about it's a foul.
I've seen Kobe play D like that, and I've seen Mike play D like that. Those two.
So when do you think the era switched though? I mean, that's still a while ago.
Yeah, that's still
mean-
a while ago because you figure Gary and Mike was about the same.
that was about the
time.
same time. I mean, Kobe was post Mike.
Post
so,
Mike, right.
You know, but then
But you saying
hand
you've
check
never
no
seen
more.
a player play D like that? I'm saying like no, Mike and
well,
Kobe.
yeah,
definitely.
I guess I would rope them in there. Yeah.
Because Kobe was on a whole nother level defensively for
Mm-hmm.
a while. But who you got? Well, we already said 4-2.
4-2.
Everybody.
Sorry, Toronto.
Well, we can still say who's gonna win the first game though. Do we say that Toronto's winning the first game?
Golden State.
I think Toronto's gonna win the first game.
I think Golden State wins.
Toronto wins the
So,
first game.
in my opinion, I think if Toronto wins the first game, we have a whole different scenario. I really do think that
6 games.
puts that.
That makes it 4-2.
I still think 4-2, but
Yeah.
Toronto's gonna win
Really,
game one.
I think if you win game one, I think that's such a heads up on the game. Where you win game one, it's such a morale boost, and it just to me it just changes the series. Whoever wins game one, it's
2-2,
such a leg
1-1-1.
up.
That's how it goes, right?
Right. And then they keep home
Toronto's
court
gonna
advantage.
give one up
Right.
at some point. It'll either be game 2 or it'll be
Or the
game
game
5.
Right.
They're gonna give one up, and then
You don't think they can win one on the road
Nah.
themselves and take it back?
Not
tough.
in Golden State. I don't know, man. That's a rough one. I just want to say one more thing.
all right, go ahead, man.
Toronto just needs to not let Drake in there. Because I'm gonna tell you now.
I'm so tired of it.
I hate-
I
First
don't
of all-
think anybody's okay with it.
I don't. I bet you any amount of money that Drake won't be talking shit to Golden State. I bet any amount of money. I bet like
Shouldn't
all
even
the
be allowed to do that.
all the
anyway.
trash talk.
He should not be allowed to wander that much like
No,
he does.
like,
and
down
touching
up
the
and
coach
down
and all that
the
thing.
thing,
And people were like,
that
"Oh, he's
rubbed
Drake. He's not
everybody
just,
the wrong
He's just
way."
not some regular fan." I'm like, "Yes, the hell he is."
He's a regular fan in that arena. I don't care if you got to sit on the floor or whatever.
Right.
That just means you paid to
That
sit
just
on the floor.
means that just means you pay to sit on the floor. You're a fan just like
If
everybody
I
else.
wanted to,
I can't walk
empty
up
out
and
my
touch the
pockets
coach.
and sit on the floor. I can do that
Right.
too.
I can't walk up and hug and touch the coach on his shoulders. They would arrest me.
Security will be on you.
You know what I mean? Just because he's
Immediately.
Drake. And I swear to goodness, one of the players just need to run into him. Run into him. Just be like, throw the ball out of bounds. Run into him on purpose. Sit your ass down.
Yeah,
Sit down.
I agree.
Tired of you, man. But I bet you won't do it to Golden State. I bet any amount of money. Because you don't want to wake up that beast, man.
I agree. Thanks everybody for listening to the show. We had some good topics today. As we always been saying since we started the show, give us a call, leave us a message, send us a text, 302-408-0604. You can get us on our media outlets, Spotify, SoundCloud, MixLR, Google Play, and now YouTube, which is our main platform. And closing remarks, anybody? Mike, you already got yours out.
Yeah, I'm done. Goodbye.
Lenny, what you got? Nothing?
I didn't think about one.
Lenny's always honest with us. He's out of touch with the show.
He's the Kawhi of the show.
We generally do this every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. or around 7. This usually starts somewhere around 7 Eastern. But listen to our replays. Give us a call. Send us a text. Listen to our replays on MixLR. That's where all our shows.
on the YouTube
Comment,
videos.
yeah. On YouTube. And suggest some topics. Hit us up later, guys. Holla.